Okay, we're looking again at changing the subject of formula, and this time we're going to be looking at formulas which involve powers and roots. This first example, again, we have to make x a subject. So we have two things going on. The first thing that we're doing is the first thing is the most immediate thing that's happening is we are squaring our x. The next thing we're doing then is we're multiplying by a. So multiplying a is the first thing that we need to reverse. So the opposite of multiplying by a is clearly dividing by a, so x squared is equal to b over a. So the last thing we've got to reverse is the squaring of the x, so the opposite of squaring is the square root, and you're going to have square root of b over a, and remember it's a plus or minus the square root. Okay, a good lot going on in this one. First thing, the most immediate thing that's happening is we're squaring the x. Then we're multiplying by minus g, and then we've got an h here. It's a positive h, that means we're adding h. So that's the first thing that we need to reverse. So the opposite of adding h is just going to be subtracting. So it's going to be 5b minus h. And then the next thing we have to reverse is the multiplying by minus g. So I'm just going to say that's going to be 5b minus h all over minus g. And I think I'll tidy that up at this stage. It's a wee bit messy, a bit awkward looking. So I'm going to multiply everything on the top line by minus 1 and everything on the bottom line by minus 1. So it becomes h minus 5h minus 5b all over g. And then your last thing, it's plus or minus the square root of all that. So whatever I've just said, h minus 5b all over g. And that's your answer. Okay, example C, we've got the square root of x is equal to a. So the opposite of square rooting, is squaring. So x is equal to a squared. And that is it. Example D. Okay, we've loads going on here. First thing is you're multiplying your x by minus b. Then you've got a plus 3 in here, positive 3, so you're adding 3. And then what you're doing is you're taking the square root of the whole thing. So we've got to do the opposite of taking the square root, which is squaring. So you'll have 3 minus bx is equal to a plus c all squared. There's no point in actually squaring that out. That's good as it is. What I'm going to do is now swap around the minus bx and the a plus c squared. So I'm going to have 3 minus a plus c squared is equal to bx. And then what I've got now is I've got my b is multiplying my x. So I'm going to just say 3 minus a plus c squared all divided by b is equal to x. And if you're a good mathematician, you'll want to have that written with your x first. So you're going to have x is equal to 3 minus a plus c all squared.